Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, AB Holding L.P just filed its second quarter 2026 report, and I am seeing some key shifts in their partnership structure. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company is showing a clear trend in its ownership, and I want to break down what that means for unit holders. First off, we need to look at how the company is managing its units and incentive plans. As of the 30th of June 2026, the number of AB holding units held by AB for these plans was a negative $34,789,000. This is an increase from the negative $22,682,000 at the end of 2025. This means more units are being held back for compensation purposes. Looking at the balance sheet as of the 30th of June 2026, we see total assets standing at $1,246,192,000. This is a slight increase from $1,240,042,000 at the end of 2025. On the other side, total liabilities are quite low at just $1,026,000 for 2026, down from $1,664,000 in 2025. The bulk of the company's financial structure is in partners' capital. The partners' capital section shows some interesting breakdowns. The general partners' capital stands at $1,345,000 for 2026, down slightly from $1,355,000 in 2025. They have 100,000 general partnership units. The limited partners' capital is much larger at $1,298,539,000 for 2026. This is increased from $1,277,569,000 in 2025. They have a significant number of units too. There are over 92 million limited partnership units issued and outstanding for 2026. Now let's dive into the income statement. For the 3 months ended the 30th of June 2026, equity in net income attributable to AB unit holders was $79,997,000. This is up from $78,830,000 in the same period of 2025. For the 6-month period, equity in net income was $172,252,000, up from $161,583,000 in 2025. This shows a healthy increase in the income flowing to the unit holders. This translates to net income per unit. For the 3 months ended the 30th of June 2026, it was $0.77 per unit. For the 6 months ended the 30th of June 2026, it was $1.69 per unit. These are good numbers showing consistent earnings growth on a per unit basis. Looking at comprehensive income, we see some interesting fluctuations. For the 3 months ended the 30th of June 2026, there was a foreign currency translation adjustment loss of $120,000. This is a stark contrast to the gain of $9,867,000 in the same period of 2025. For the 6-month period, the loss was $2,019,000 compared to a gain of $13,868,000 in 2025. This indicates currency headwinds in the most recent quarter. The condensed statements of changes in partners' capital show the flow of funds. For limited partners' capital, the balance at the beginning of the 3-month period in 2026 was $1,316,715,000. By the end of the period, it rose to $1,298,539,000. The change over the 6-month period shows a similar pattern where the balance at the beginning of 2026 was $1,277,569,000 and ended at $1,298,539,000. On the cash flow statement for the 6 months ended the 30th of June 2026, net cash provided by operating activities was $165,438,000. This is down from $203,922,000 in the same period of 2025. The primary reason for this decrease is lower cash distributions received from AB. The notes to the financial statements give us more insight. The investment in AB as of the 31st of December 2025 was $1,240,042,000. This increased to $1,246,148,000 by the 30th of June 2026. This increase is driven by equity in net income and other adjustments. The company also saw a net increase in outstanding units. As of the 30th of June 2026, there were 93,075,219 units outstanding, which is an increase from 92 million to 84,367 units at the end of 2025. This is due to issued units exceeding retired units. The income taxes section highlights that AB Holding is a publicly traded partnership and not subject to federal or state corporate income taxes directly. However, they do pay a New York City unincorporated business tax and a federal tax on partnership gross income. AB qualifying revenues, which are primarily US investment advisory fees, were $768,039,000 for the 3 months. Ended the 30th of June 2026. This is up from $711,826,000 in 2025. Net income for AB Holding itself was $71,717,000 for the 3 months ended the 30th of June 2026. This is a slight increase from $70,248,000 in the same period of 2025. For the